What's up, guys? Today I'm excited. Now I can finally review the final part of the missing piece of a puzzle of one of the movie franchise reviews I've been doing for a while. And I stopped because it was hard for me to get to see every franchise in this movie. It's called Shake, Rattle, and Roll series. Now at the time I was able to, there was 10 parts to it. I was able to view so far mostly of all 10 except for one missing part, and that was part 2. Now, as for the ones after part 10, I will catch up to it since they are later releases and they're easier to get. But I can wait for those, trust me. Part 2 was the hardest one to get. I was able to review it. To view it. How I was able to view it, don't ask me, so leave me alone on that part. But part 2, I can see why a lot of people liked part 2. It was pretty much more fast paced. And of course, I saw this without English subtitles, it's not English dubbed. So I went with my guess, and of course I went to the magical Wikipedia. Let me just explain what I think of part 1. Part 1 is pretty much about this guy he was a ghost. He had a backstory. He killed this lady. I don't know if it was his daughter or not, but he killed her. I guess she was pregnant or something. So then later on, the ghost ended up haunting these two couples living in this household. The guy found this ring, and the ring happened to be from the guy. So the guy was able to possess the husband, and he went on. And the guy that he possessed the husband decided to try to kill his wife, tried to react the ghost crime what he did in the past. Um, this episode was really awesome. It was a little bloody and gory, a little bit, but enjoyable episode. Nothing shaking well, horror movies are nothing new to engineer when it comes to anthology horror or horror movies. But it kind of brings back the old school for horror, and that's the reason why I like the Shake and Rattle and Roll franchise. It's kind of like old school, and you kind of miss those old school stuff. Now, part 2, I think part 2 was my favorite. It was like comedy horror, heavy into the comedy, of course. It's about this witch and like this voodoo priestess, and she was like torturing this patient for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he had sex habits or something. I'm going to Wikipedia and read out what the real description is. But meanwhile, this is what I thought of it when I seen it. So she started like torturing, using the voodoo doll to use the pin on him, trying to tease him, and the guy, this female friend of the patient, helped him escape. Now it looked like the voodoo queen or voodoo priestess trying to get him back. She raised up zombies, demon babies. Yeah, they were demon babies. There were kill scenes in the movie with the one nurse in the nursery, but besides that, this episode was really good. I really did enjoy it. It was a fun comedy horror type of episode, um, and then especially with how the lady was able to defeat the voodoo queen, and what happened to her at the end was funny too. Episode 3 and Chicken Rattle Part 2 of just the third part into the franchise. It's pretty much like the other Chicken Rattle franchise. You have to have your swan story about a tribe of vampires, and they need a virgin to kill. So one of the episodes actually had to kill a virgin baby, or a baby, of course, as a sacrifice. And one of the Chicken Rattle sims, I forgot which one, but this one is actually the friend of the female betrayed her because she was part of the Aswang tribe and using her best friend as a sacrifice, trying to get her as a sacrifice because she was a virgin for the Aswang tribe. She was able to fight them off with the help of two male friends. Pretty much was this lady trying to battle this Aswang. Simple as that. The story for the third part was really good. I actually did enjoy it also, and pretty much Shaking Rattle 2 overall. I give it like a 10, I would say, because I really did enjoy it, But I enjoy all Shaking Rattle series. That's just me speaking how I am. And as for the other ones after part 10, I will catch up with 11, 12, and I think 13 is going to be out. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be catching up with Shaking Rattle. Right now, Shaking Rattle 1 through 10 is complete for me, and I can't wait to view the rest of them. Let's go to Wikipedia. The first story of Shaking Rattle 2 is Moto. Pretty much, I was closely right. It was pretty much a newlywed couple. The guy found the ring. He was possessed. Yeah. Kulam was the second story. It was the comedy horror. Obsessed. Bulgur was the patient. And yeah, it was pretty much a witch that was obsessed with the patient. That's why. and she was jealous because she caught the patient making out with the nurse, by the way. So yeah, she performed these voodoo acts on him, and the guy and his friend guys trying to find a way to defeat the witch, which pretty much I was right anyway. And that swan was pretty much I was right also. Pretty much the female have to escape the evil tribe of Aswang to survive. So yeah, Shingles Rattle 2, that was done in 1990. Go check it out if you could. And anyway, peace and see you guys.